Hey, y'all. This is A Petty Politic. A Petty Politic. Boy, what a week it has been, and a week it has been. And we are doing the hot topics for the day, June 17th, right? So we are just coming out with what has been happening with the Trump administration, right? What happened on June 14th? We saw an escalation of the conflict between Iran and Israel. Okay, and that was with Israel open firing on Iran with large scale strikes, nuclear sites. And then Iran fired missiles and drones right after that, right? So it set the crisis in motion and turned the Israel and Iran shadow war into an open conflict. Now, Donald Trump and Bibi Netanyahu had been talking about there's nuclear weapons in Iran. We think we need to go in. Donald Trump said, don't go in. Bibi Netanyahu went in anyway. But Trump was at the G Summit and he left the G Summit early, right? He left the G Summit early, sick as hell. He had to be sick as hell when he saw that Israeli people had launched a strike. Bibi had launched the strike. So he left the G7 summit early and orders his National Security Council to meet him in the Situation Room, the White House. So I'm assuming in the Situation Situation Room, I'm assuming that he told his National Security Council that he would be backing up Israel. And I remember me making a video saying, we are at war, or we are going to be at war. Okay. And this is where Trump let everybody know that he would be having a hands-on role in this escalation, this fight. So people keep saying, oh, we're not going to be at war. We're not going to be at war with Iran. Yes, we are. Because as of today, at 3:00, Donald Trump orders deployments. He orders deployments. This is our first indication that we are going to be joining a war. And this was the president who said we were not going to have any open wars. We were not going to have any wars. Okay. So now we're out in the Arabian Sea. We're going to land places and planes in Israel. So now we have boots on the ground. Soon enough, we're going to have boots on the ground. But before that, Trump was telling all of the people from Tehran they need to evacuate in Iran. They need to evacuate. Now, a city that has roughly 10 to 15 million people that live around Tehran, how do you expect them to get out of the city to avoid these missiles, bombs, whatever's going on? They don't have any bunkers, so they can't live underground. They can't go underground and try to survive. So they have to get out of that city. Now, 10 to 15 million people. They have food shortages. They have gasoline shortages. They have bumper to bumper traffic during a normal regular day. Okay. And this is a poor people. So how do they expect those people to get out of that country, 10 to 15 million people to get out of that country when we're about to blow some stuff up? He said those people better get out of there. He tweeted on shitty social. Those people better get out of Tehran. So now this president who said no new wars, this president is about to drag us into war. Okay, albeit we cannot go to war completely without Congress voting on it, but you can deploy troops. He can deploy troops. That's not against the law. That's not illegal. He can deploy troops, which is what he's going to do. Okay, and he has the right. He has the right to say that. Okay, he has the right to do that. And I knew that I had a feeling he was going to do that. He was going to get us into that war. Because this is what he said on Truth Social. I gave Iran chance after chance to make a deal. I told them in the strongest of words to just do it. But no matter how hard they tried, no matter how close they got, they just could not get it done. I told them it would be much worse than anything they know, anticipated, or were told, that the United States makes the best and most lethal military equipment around the world by far. And Israel has a lot of it. So we have supplied planes, technology, all kinds of things to Israel. We have over and above military capacity, over and above. Now, Israel started this war on their own. Trump told Bibi, don't take your ass over there and try to start some kind of war. We ain't trying to back you up, but now we have to back him up. So now he's going to drag us into the war. He has to go to Congress. Trump has to go to Congress and ask for an official war, an official deployment of our troops to go to war. He has to officially do that through Congress, but he can have a deployment of people. So he's done that. He warned the Tehran people, get out, do what you got to do. See, here's the thing. Bibi is a war criminal. He's done plenty of things against plenty of people. He wanted this to happen. Bibi Netanyahu, who is the leader of Israel. Okay? Israel is supposed to be our friend. You know, I don't think that's the case as far as I'm concerned, because they're trying to commit genocide on the Palestinian people of Gaza Strip. And I can't get with them being our ally when they do that to a people that's less than them. But then that's just me, right? But Obama is the one who put us into this Iranian nuclear deal. It stopped Iran from getting these nuclear weapons. It stopped it. You stop making nuclear weapons, we will give you your money back. Everything went fine. Iran signed the paperwork. We gave them their money back because we had an embargo. We had embargoes against Iran. They couldn't get food in. They couldn't get oil in. They couldn't get anything. The country was basically at a standstill, gridlocked, until Obama came and told them, if you stop making nuclear weapons, we will give you your shit back. So they stopped and we gave them their shit back. Trump came in 2018, and he pulled us out of that deal. Oh, hell no, we ain't giving you shit. Obama agreed to it. We ain't giving shit. But at the behest, at the urging of Bibi Netanyahu, got in Trump's ear and said, hey, man, no, you can get a better deal. Obama got a shitty deal. You can get a better deal. Pull out of that deal. And the minute that Trump pulled us out of the deal that Obama had already struck, that's when the Iranians started making nuclear weapons again. You're not going to give me my money back? I'm going to make nuclear weapons. Okay, fine and dandy. It takes years and years to develop this kind of stuff, right? So, just the other day, Tulsi Gabbard, I don't know what the fuck she do. Her name is Tulsi Gabbard. She got in front of a committee and said, oh no, Iran ain't nowhere near making no nuclear weapons. They years out of making nuclear weapons. They years out. But here is Bibi Netanyahu in Trump's ear saying, "Hey Trump, no, they got weapons, mass destruction right now. We need to strike while the iron is hot. We need to strike." So we ended up with this war happening. With us dragged into a war. Okay. With us dragged into a war. So here we are. We added a tanker. We got missile defenses. We're trying to get to a specific site in Iran. We're trying to get to a specific site in which there's an underground huge bunker where if we can get there, we can make sure that we can end the war quickly. And that's the only way to end the war quickly, right? Is to get to that particular site. It's underground. I don't know how far underground, but they did say it was a lot of feet underground. So they're looking for that site. They're looking for the site. They know the site, but they got to get to it, right? Because it's deep underground, and we got to be strategic when we do what we got to do in order to find it, right? So this is Tehran. Okay, here's Trump warns Tehran residents to evacuate immediately. Okay, this is they gridlock. They have gridlock. They got congestion all over. Okay, they got congestion in their streets. Where can they go? No, they can't go anywhere. There's nowhere for these people to go. Okay, it's building upon building. There's nowhere for these people to go. There's no bomb shelters. So these people are just stuck, and a lot of people are going to perish because of this attack. And as I said, it's about 10 to 15 million people all condensed in this, about the size of New York and Los Angeles combined, I guess. Maybe as big as that. Okay. But this was something that was started by Bibi Netanyahu. Okay. This is what was said, just to throw the whole region off. Okay. What is your point in attacking Iran? Make it a dead state like Iraq? Who knows? Okay. Maybe Trump will want to go over there and take over the whole thing. I'm not listening to you. Go on, April. Maybe Trump will go over there and try to make some beachfront property. Who knows what he wants to do over there in another country where we have no business being over there. Why did we need to go all the way over there to mind somebody else's business? That's the only thing I don't like. You're over there in some other people's business. You're over there in other people's concern, okay? And I get it. You want to own something, you want to do something, and you want to present strength. But what you did was you pulled us into another war. And how long will this one last? Okay. The motivation of Bibi Netanyahu. Where's this picture at? Let me see. Okay. What is the motivation for this doggone guy to bomb Iran? Okay. I don't know what his motivations are. To dominate another place? He's saying that they have nuclear weapons. They are 6 months out. This is what Trump is saying. Trump is saying the same thing. Benjamin Netanyahu is saying the same thing. But your Tulsi Gabbard person, who's I don't know what that lady do, National Intelligence Council, something or something. She said they're years away from making nuclear weapons. And see, this is the same conflict we had with Bush and his team. They made a case for us to go into Iraq because there was nuclear weapons. And come to find out, weapons of mass destruction. Come to find out there were no weapons of mass destruction. Is this the same case? Are we doing the same thing we did then? Okay. Bibi Netanyahu said it's an existential nuclear danger. Okay. A public-facing danger. But he's been arguing for 2 decades about this existential threat. What kind of threat Iran would pose? It would pose a clear and present danger to Israelis' very survival. He said they could have a bomb within months. So let me bomb first. But why specifically was Iran, why was Bibi so worried about Iran attacking Israel? He had all these other targets to target. Why would they target you? Okay. And another thing is, it comes, Bibi Netanyahu is also concerned about the fact that Iran supports all of the terrorist organizations, darn near all the terrorist organizations in the Middle East. Hezbollah, Hamas, or any, any kind of resistance to Palestine, Iraq and whatnot. Okay. So the whole point of Bibi is to say, hey, we're going to reach out and touch you if you decide that you're going to use a nuclear weapon upon us. You're not going to hold a nuclear weapon above our head. Okay. Also, he wants to topple, or he wants to get rid of that clerical regime. Okay. There is a, what the hell is it? There is a crown prince of Iraq who is the son of the ruler of Iran, who is the son of the ruler of Iran. Okay. Because Iran is run by a cleric. Okay. It's the cleric regime. Okay. But the problem is, they say the Ayatollahs are the problem. Okay. The ultimate goal, I know what the goal is. They don't care about no damn weapons of mass destruction. They don't care about it. They want to overthrow the Iranian government. Okay. That's what they want to do. They want to overthrow. And since they have our military might, Israel has our military might behind them. This has been planned by this Bibi Netanyahu. He has been wanting to do this for decades. The war criminal asshole. He has been wanting to do it for decades. Okay? To overthrow the Iranian government, that cleric regime that they have there. I don't know whether he wants to take over the country or not. I don't know. Okay. It might be. Who knows? But then again, Netanyahu was on trial for corruption and something else, I think. And maybe that will hold off whatever trial that he has for his war crime, because he's a war criminal, of course. He's a war criminal. But he's fighting for political survival. So this will make him seem strong in the eyes of the world. So he wants to do what he has to do in order to show them that he can take charge, and he can pull other people under his wing like Iran. But it's always been Benjamin's, his name is, I call him Bibi. Bibi's thought process, it's always been his strategy to strike before anybody else strikes, to strike somebody else's country first. Okay. especially if they have nuclear capability. See, here's the thing. We have been such a strong ally to Israel. Nobody in this world, nobody that's got eyes can say that anybody attacked Israel. Nobody attacked Israel. They're going to try to paint it. They're going to try to paint it as, oh, we had to preemptively strike Iran, and Iran would have attacked us if we would have let them go. We would have let them, because they would have had weapons of mass. They would have had nuclear weapons within months, even though that Tulsi Gabbard shit for brains said it was years out before they would have got nuclear weapons. He said, oh, what we needed to strike first. Everybody and his mama can see that Israel struck first. So Israel is the aggressor here. Okay. Nobody gonna try to paint or gaslight or nothing else. Israel is the aggressor in all of this. Okay. And so since they're our allies, we got to go right behind them, because we supply the money, we supply the ammunition, we supply all that. Why did we have to get involved? I don't know, because they are the aggressor. You went over there and you started to fight, Benjamin Netanyahu. Take your ass over there and fight, get your ass whooped on your own accord, or you beat them on your own accord. But you can't drag the United States into it. But Trump is such an idiot. He go along with whatever the last person that's in his ear, that's who he go along with. So the last person that was in his ear was Netanyahu. And what did he do? He left the G summit the minute he heard they had struck. The minute he heard that Netanyahu had struck Iran with first weapons, he left the G7 summit. Who does that? What freaking president does that? We're not at war. You were supposed to do what you had to do on the world. That's why I say this is an embarrassment. This president is an embarrassment. Now we're going to war. And the whole point is we're going to be dragged into it. Why? Because Israel doesn't have the capability of long-term air strikes or long-term airway. We have the capability. Okay. This pressures us into going into the Middle East. This pressures us to get involved in that war. Okay. Because we got to refuel. We got to refuel tankers. We got to keep the intelligence flowing. It pulls us into it. Okay. And he's thinking, okay, Netanyahu is thinking, oh, well, I'm going to prevent the next Holocaust, or he always talking about never again, some biblical imaginary shit that he got in his head about, justifying striking first and whatnot. Okay. So he has many reasons to stop, but the main one is he's a war hawk. And it's President Trump is a war hawk. And people say, oh, Trump said no new wars, no new wars. He's a liar. He's a liar. And that was the problem. We knew that. People knew that. I hope you MAGA people are waking up. I hope people are waking up to what exactly is going on here. We're dragged into a war. We're having shit on the home front. Food, gas, and water price ain't going down. Rich people gonna start getting richer. We ain't got ain't nothing happening good. Nothing has happened good. Tariffs ain't working. I don't know why y'all think they are, but they not. So what do? Okay. So you have to understand why and how the war got started. This has been in the making for years. That Bibi Netanyahu, the war fucking criminal, has been in the works for the longest. Okay. But the good thing is he will only partially we can go to war. We can't be on a full-fledged war, because you have to go to Congress for that to happen. And my thing is the United States going to give him permission to go to war? Will they be willing to give him permission to go to war? Because he's already deployed the troops. So once you deploy the troops, that's all it takes is you to go to war and say, hey, they said they were going to attack us, so we got to go to war. Can I get permission to go to war? And once he decides that he's going to have permission to go to war, then that means we in it again. And now we're definitely in it, right? We are definitely in it. So what do? Now we got to support a war that we never wanted to get into. Now we got to support, a president that dragged us into this. Okay. Them people can't go nowhere. Them people bumper to bumper trying to get up out of there. And on Truth Social, on Shitty Social, on his Shitty Social page, hey, y'all better get up out of there. Y'all better get up out of there. He warns Tehran residents to evacuate immediately. It'll take weeks before everybody could get out of there. And they ain't finna stop bombing. And they bombing now. Okay. Them people ain't going nowhere. And there's gonna be plenty of casualties, innocent casualties, all because that war criminal Bibi Netanyahu wanted to start a war, and then President Trump goes along with it to back him up. We got to refuel tank. We got to redo everything. Refuel tanks, food, medicine, weapons, all that. We are supplying Israel with this stuff. So what if what if Iran decides to get them an ally, to get them somebody that helps them, supplies their tanks, their tanker fuel, their oil. If Tehran gets somebody to help them, this is called World War III. And then we will be in it to win it. And no doubt we will win it. There's no doubt that we will. But the whole point is, do we want to? Did we want to get involved with it? No, you don't you don't supply me with tanks, oils, guns, all this stuff, and then don't call yourself in the middle of war. This president said he was going to be no new wars. Everything I knew he was going to do, because he's a war hawk, asshole, ego, don't care about nobody but himself. As soon as he was elected, I said we're going to be going to war soon enough. Because Bibi Netanyahu is the one who told him to get out of that agreement that Obama had already negotiated. They was ready to. They signed it. It was in order like it was supposed to be. 3 years later, Trump come back and he tears it up. Let's withdraw from the Paris Accord. Let's withdraw from the Iranian nuclear deal. Let's withdraw from this. Let's withdraw from that. You can't go around withdrawing from stuff. Otherwise, we end up in wars and shit like that. But hey, it is what it is. He's in there to win it. The only thing I can hope for is November 2026. We got enough people got their head on straight to put his ass out of office. Because this is not how we need to run our country. But then that's okay. So this is my first Hot Topic show. We will have another Hot Topic show tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And this is the subject that we covered today. Hopefully it was new information to some people. Hopefully. And then tomorrow we probably got something else that we want to talk about. We got some other hot new topic. But this is the hottest topic of the day. Probably going to be the hottest topic of the year. Especially if we go to war. For real war. For real war. Y'all please hit the like button coming in the door and out the door. And I thank you for listening.